Welcome back to Hardware Unboxed for another episode of Unboxing Boxes. The first, the original, and the only unboxing show on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, got my knife, my really blunt one that seems to upset quite a few of you, but I'm going to stick with it for now. Well, we've got, 5 packages in total. Let's get into them. I think we have some more Z370 motherboards. Asrock haven't sent any boards yet, and Gigabyte hinted at sending an even better one than what I looked at in the last episode. This is the box from Asrock. Very motherboard shaped, as they usually are from Asrock. Speaking of Z370 motherboards, or more speaking of Coffee Lake, Intel's 8th generation core series, which is upcoming, you'll see that very shortly on the channel. I was going to do a little gag with my Intel mug, which I've glued together now. It's super glued together. I thought I did a really good job gluing it together, but I filled it with coffee, which I was going to drink during this episode, and it sort of leaked out of the cracks here and all over the place. So it would have been kind of humorous if I had done it on camera, but yeah, I did it in my kitchen, and yeah, I kind of already knew it didn't hold its liquids. So yeah, my coffee mug. I wish I had a working Intel coffee mug, but yeah, something to look forward to. Hopefully we can get one on the channel eventually. But anyway, no coffee, but what we have here is the new Asrock Z370 Taichi. Get that out of the box. Well, this is about my 6th Taichi motherboard now. We've had quite a few of them. Z270 one floating around somewhere. There's an X399 one there. A couple of other ones. Anyway, let's check this one out. Okay. What do we got here? Fairly standard I/O shield. Looks like we've got a Wi-Fi antenna, couple of, we've got 4 SATA cables, the Bluetooth antenna. Looks like a 2-way SLI bridge. That's pretty well useless at this point. Cool little Asrock postcard for when you go traveling and you want to write back to your loved ones. That'll come in handy for that. They'll love it. A couple of M.2 screws, 3 of them. We've probably got 3 M.2 slots. And I don't know what we got here. Some sort of round disc with a mirror, kind of a weird mirror thing. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, we'll work that out later. Okay. There you go. The Asrock Z370 Taichi. What a beauty. Looks very much like all the other Taichi boards we've seen. So nothing terribly different about it. They've got the same sort of geared heatsink over the chipset. They work well and look cool. Maybe the guys have a point. This knife is pretty bad. Actually, I've got a pair of scissors here. Let's have a go at those. They're a bit easier. Alright, I have freed the motherboard from its foaming closure. What to say about this one that isn't obvious? Looks like we have a pair of Intel gigabit network ports, a couple of USB 3.1s, there's a Type-C there. We got to the 802.11 Wi-Fi with Bluetooth. Looks like we have a 12-phase VRM, so that's fairly standard. I think that's what pretty similar design so far to what we've seen from the Z270 board, but yeah, that probably shouldn't really be that surprising, I suppose. But yeah, pretty cool looking board overall. I'll feature that in some sort of build or something on the channel soon, no doubt. Yeah, hopefully I've thrown up some nice B-roll of it. You guys have got a good look at the board. No idea on pricing yet. No idea for any of the Z370 boards yet, because that hasn't been announced. But it will be very shortly. Looks like it's got the Purity Sound 4 stuff. So that's the ALC 1220 codec. Yeah, so plenty of nice quality features on this board. Probably should be fairly well priced. Most of the Taichi boards are. So yeah, good bang for your buck. Z370 board from Asrock there. Alright, better clean all this up. Okay, let's grab one from over here. We've got this little tiny package here. Not going to make the mistake I made last week, because this looks like it's the same sort of brown bag with all that weird insulation stuff in it. I'm not going to cut into that and make it... Oh, it's actually got a pull tab. There you go. Look at that. That's how a professional would do it. Looks like we got a... Yep, that's it. Looks like we've got a CPU here. Shiny new unused CPU. And it is a Core i7 7820X. So that is an 8-core, 16-thread model, base frequency of 3.6 gigahertz, 11 megabyte level 3 cache. It's, of course, the new LGA 2066 socket for the X299 chipset. And it was released back in June when we reviewed it, but I didn't actually get one from Intel, so this is a chip from Intel now. So I now have the full set from Intel, and I just touched the gold contacts on the back, so, well, it didn't last long. Got to throw that out now. Okay, so Asrock Z370 motherboard, new Intel 8-core CPU. We're doing pretty well so far. Let's get to this one. This looks pretty interesting. As usual, I'm doing an unboxing boxes episode because, well, I need a couple of things out of these boxes, and you guys do not like it when I do any unboxing without you. But also, I'm just taking a break because we're pretty deep into the 8th generation core benchmarking. It's all going really well. Exciting stuff. Again, I can't wait to show you guys. But I thought, just need a bit of a break from the benchmark grind. Unboxing boxes is always a bit of fun. Oh gosh. Maybe I can sharpen it. You can sharpen knives, can't you? Yeah, I'll give that a go. There might probably be a YouTube video about it. Alright. Well, we have lots of foam here. And behind the foam we have what looks to be another box. This one in black. Yes, it is another unmarked black box. I actually genuinely have no idea what we have here. I'm so glad you guys can't see off camera in the studio here. I've done a few unboxing boxes episodes over the last few weeks, and I haven't really cleaned up after them, so there's a lot of empty brown boxes. Anyway, hopefully we'll have another empty box. Well, once I get into this, we'll take out what's in it, and then it'll be empty. Alright, oh, another one of these things. Ooh, this one's kind of purpley on the back. Alright, bit of foam, more foam. Wow. A really fancy looking RGB IO cover. So we have to be in for a pretty big treat here. So it's in an X299 Aorus Gaming 3 box. So I assume this is a Gigabyte product. Wow, this is a very heavy motherboard. Ooh. Okay. It's a pretty impressive looking board. Let's get all this ugly plastic off it. Okay, so we have a Gigabyte motherboard, that much is clear, an Aorus brand board. It has an LGA 2066 socket, so I can use that 8-core CPU I just got on this board, so that's handy. As for the rest of the details, where's the... Okay, it's the X299 Aorus, so we were right on that much. Gaming, could have guessed that. Gaming 7 Pro. Okay, so the X299 Aorus Gaming 7 Pro. Interesting. So I knew of the Gaming 7. We have the Pro model here. Not that long ago we got the Gaming 9, which is on my test system at the moment. I use that to test the 16-core and 18-core parts. So we have the Aorus Gaming 9, now we've got the 7 Pro. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to tell you about this board because I know nothing about it. Give me one moment. Okay, I just had a look online and there appears to be no information about this board. None. So, yeah, I don't know who knows less about this board, me or the internet. But, yeah, the new Aorus X299 Gaming 7 Pro. And apart from the fact that it's a really heavy, awesome looking motherboard, I don't know what else I can tell you. It's got a little fan there to cool the heat sinks on the VRM. It looks like a very massive VRM. It's not on the Gigabyte website yet, at least it wasn't at the time of unboxing. Yeah, it looks very similar to the Gaming 9 that I've actually got on the test system at the moment. But yeah, so there you go. I'll throw up some B-roll, give you guys a closer look at it. If I get any more, I'll probably ring Gigabyte later, my Gigabyte contact later today. Ask them what is actually new about this. I'll stick it in the video description, the comment section below. So yeah, you guys can know what it's all about. There isn't any pricing yet either. I checked the Australian retailers and the US, so it's not on Amazon or anything like that yet. So mystery board here. Don't know when it's going to be released or any of that kind of information, but I will get that info for you guys. So, yeah. Moving on. I think we have another Gigabyte motherboard here. So, let's see if this is one that I can actually tell you something about. I hate these plastic bags. I don't know where to cut into them. Okay, we have another Gaming 7 motherboard here. This one, though, is a little different. You guys. Missed. Right, so we do indeed have another Gaming 7 board, Aorus Gaming 7, but this is the Z370 board. So again, I won't have any pricing information or anything on this board because it is yet to be released and all that stuff is still under NDA. But I can show you what it looks like. This is the first time I'm seeing this board as well. This is on the Gigabyte website though, this board, so you can jump on there and check out the specs in a little more detail. Wow, I've got to say that is a seriously nice looking motherboard, that. So this is the Aorus Gaming 7, the Z370 board. I really love the I/O cover here. So most of the boards now, they've gone with these plastic I/O covers, and they are pretty much all the ones I've seen made out of plastic, which is fine, but a little bit, you know, it's plastic. So this is structurally it's plastic, but Gigabyte, to give it a bit more of a premium look and feel, they've put aluminium sort of covers over the top of it. So that gives it a pretty cool look, and yeah, they feel nice. So there's 3 different types there. You've sort of got a brushed aluminium, silverish kind of looking one. They extend down here. This is more of a gloss mirror finish. It's, yeah, very cool. And then there's more of a sort of graphite or carbonish kind of dark grey one there. They've done the same thing over the heat sinks as well, and I like the way that these are made out of aluminium, so they will still transfer heat from the heat sink. So if you have air floating on top of those, that will work well, much better than what MSI are doing by using plastic. I'm not sure why they use plastic there, but aluminium's definitely a better way to go for removing heat from heat sinks. The heat sinks themselves, they're not heavily finned, but they've got a few fins. So, yeah, I mean, they're fairly substantial in size. They're linked together using a copper heat pipe, which is nickel plated. So that should work pretty good. But yeah, I'm just blown away by this board. It looks really cool. From the photos on the box, it looks like the RGB lighting on it is very, very impressive. I got a little sneak peek on the back here. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you can probably see it over on the Gigabyte website as well. But a lot of the heat sinks and stuff have LED lighting behind them, or RGB lighting, so that's pretty cool. Gigabyte's very much on point these days with their RGB game, and this one looks to be no exception. But yeah, apart from fancy lighting, it looks like you get a seriously good audio solution on the board. Looks like I think it's an Intel Gigabit Ethernet with a killer Gigabit Ethernet, so decent networking. No Wi-Fi on this particular board. Again, there is a fan as well for cooling the VRM, so that's for those of you that use this board for water cooling, that could come in handy, a little fan there. I don't know how loud it gets, but that'll be something you can probably control in the BIOS. But anyway, a really, really cool looking board overall. I'm keen to use this one in a build, that's for sure. Okay, we actually have, I was wrong at the start, there is another big box, and I've got a case as well. So we'll look at the case last. We'll get into this package just before we do. Okay, what do we have here? It looks like the new Hyperx Cloud Alpha. Oh, that was a really bad shot. Hiding up on the wall behind me, we have a few different Kingston Hyperx headsets. Big fan of them. I did a roundup over at TechSpot possibly 2 years ago now, and the Clouds, the original Clouds, were pretty much my favorite headset of that roundup, if I recall correctly. Really good value, really good sound quality. Now I have to work out how to get into this box. Alright, in we go. Off we go. Put that there. The packaging for these is always very cool as well. So I think that'll lift off. There's nothing written in this one. So what do we got here? Congratulations. Thank you very much. Little quick start guide. And the beauties themselves. Wow. So finally, I have a product I can actually tell you the price of. Right now, these are selling for $100 US, which is very, very reasonable. They are selling for 170 Aussie, so it's a little bit pricey there. I would expect them to be about 130 Aussie based on the US pricing and also the price of the previous models as well. I think 130 Aussie, these are a really good buy. 170, a bit steep. But yeah, God, they feel really nice. Keen to get them on. What else have we got in the package? So it comes with a noise cancelling detachable mic. So that would just pop in the bottom here. Like so. So there you go. And that'll bend around and all that sort of stuff. So you got the mic there. I believe we should have an inline audio control here. So yep, some nice braided cables. Also a really cool sort of soft bag to put them in if you're traveling to LAN events or whatever. I'll get some B-roll of this so you can get a better look at it, but that is the inline volume control and disable enable mic. So that's what we have there. So at this end of the cable you have the little headset icon on a tag here. That's because this end goes into the headset. So it's kind of got a interesting connector on the end, but it goes right up into there, clips in nicely, and it's quite firm in there, so you have to pull it quite hard to get it back out. But it is nice the fact that it is a detachable cable. The only problem is though, if you do lose this cable or break it, you probably can't just replace it with any kind of cable. You need one with a thin collar here, so that could be a slight problem. So, but as always, look after your cables and things. Take that off. So, did anyone see where I put the noise cancelling microphone? It's not connected into them. Here it is. So I found it. You can stop looking. Okay. So I love the way this has a metal frame as well. Very nice, very durable. Looks cool as well. And then you've got the foam padded sort of leatherette headrest. Wow, they're well insulated. I can barely hear myself. So you can move the mic around, it's quite good. You'd probably want to have it just off to the side, something like that. That should work well. Now apparently each one of the ear cups has a dual chamber, so it helps separate the bass from the highs and mid-range sounds. So that's pretty cool. I'll give them a shot in a second to see how they sound. And there is a 50mm driver in each one of the ear cups. They sound really good. They sound as good as I remember. I don't know how this will sound if I put them near the actually I probably have to go that way. They sound really nice. And they're extremely comfortable. This could be my new headset. I've actually been using one of the Clouds. Might be the Cloud 2s. I've actually been using them for quite a while, so I might swap them out for these. Or I definitely will. Yeah. They sound super nice and very comfortable. The headset itself without the cable weighs 298 grams, so that's pretty good. They hold your head really well without being too heavy. They're yeah, they move around a little bit if you shake your head, but you can't throw them off easily. They hold on much better than a lot of the Logitechs I've tried and a few other headsets, but yeah, they're really, really comfortable. So yeah, I'm hoping the price of these in Australia comes down a bit more for you fellow Aussies. I think $130 would be a really good price for these, but $170, that's getting up there a bit. But anyway, I'll provide some buy links for Amazon for the US shoppers in the video description if you're keen to check them out. Yeah, they're really nice. There you go, they fit quite nicely in there. Got all the cables, the microphone, and the headset in that bag quite easily. So you can now put that in another larger bag, your keyboard, your mouse, or your cables, and go have yourself a nice fun time at a local LAN party. Alright. Now we have a really, really exciting case to look at. It's technically not a new case, but it's kind of a new case. This might be hard to show on camera. It's quite a big case, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Of course, I did that around the wrong way. But as you can see, it is the Dark Base Pro 900. It's the limited edition white version. So let's get it out and check it out. I have no idea which way up this is. I think I've got it the right way. Ah, it's around the wrong way again. Seriously, what are the chances? Ta-da! Well, that looks pretty awesome. Well, there you go, the Be Quiet Dark Base Pro 900. For those of you who don't know, this is still an awesome case. It was released back, I think in early 2016 maybe? I don't recall. I reviewed it at the time. Anyway, I did review it on TechSpot. It was definitely over a year ago now. And I checked out the black-orange version. It was just an amazing case. You can invert it so the glass panel can be moved to the other side and the motherboard can be rotated. It does a lot of cool stuff. It's very modular. Just an all-round awesome design. Some awesome things about this case based on the original version, which I believe this is exactly the same as the original, it's just now in white. I had stuff like wireless charging for mobile devices, smartphones and stuff like that. Obviously a nice big tempered glass panel, which has now become kind of more of a standard feature, but still it is a nice big glass panel in this case. There is a bit of sound deadening. The steel panel on the back side, that does have some nice sound deadening in there. There's some in the front as well from memory. Yeah, the big highlight of this case is that modular design. It's a lot of fun to play with. It takes a bit of time to change it all around, but you do get something quite unique and it can suit the setup you're after. So yeah, very cool. The only downside to this case, and it depends if you call it a downside, I mean, it is expensive, so obviously that is a downside, but you do get what you pay for. It's $250 US, and I believe because it is a limited edition, the white one, there are only about 500 for sale in the US. So I have no idea how many they've sold, but if you want one, you may have to act quickly. And it works out to be about $370 in Australia. I have no idea how many they have allocated for Australia. There are 2,000 white limited edition models in total. And apparently there is a plaque, and yes, up here. So I've got number 53 of 2,000. I'm not sure how long they've been on sale for, but this is Aussie stock. My plaque's a bit crooked, so hopefully I can straighten that up. I'll get a B-roll shot of that. But yeah, I won't talk about this case or go on about it too much because I will be doing a build in it like now. I'll be starting one. I've decided this new Gigabyte motherboard. That is definitely going in there. Put a all-in-one liquid cooler in there, a couple other bits and pieces, and yeah, it should be a pretty cool build. So that'll be my new Z370 build for now, so I better go get cracking on that. So yeah, I'll end it here. I don't know how long we've been going for, but it felt like I blasted through it a bit quicker than I normally do. I do have a lot of testing and still got to get a big review done on the unlocked Core i7 8700K. So I better get back to that. But yeah, thanks for watching. We got a few good motherboards, a couple of them over there. We got a Kingston Hyperx headset, which I'll actually be wearing tonight. That was very comfortable and sounds great. Hopefully it came through okay on the mic. Haven't really done that before. I think that's about it. So thanks for watching. I'm your host, Steve. Catch you again soon.